It is 1 hour 30 Universal Time. I'm Jim Tedder in Washington. In Somalia, reports say Islamist fighters have killed a 13-year-old boy in the port town of Kismayo. They say the Islamist fighters wounded at least 2 others when they shot at a crowd that was protesting Islamist control. The Islamist fighters took control of Kismayo Sunday after government troops withdrew. The Islamists say they seized the city to stop the planned arrival of African peacekeepers from nearby Kenya. Islamist forces now control all the major ports in southern Somalia. The temporary government said the Islamists violated a ceasefire agreement reached in June. Temporary Prime Minister Ali Mohammed Gedi is urging the United Nations to end a 14-year-old arms ban against Somalia so that an area peacekeeping force can be deployed in the country. Pope Benedict says Christians and Muslims must work together to support peace and fair treatment of all people. The Roman Catholic Church leader spoke to more than 20 Muslim and foreign diplomats at his summer home outside Rome. The Pope told them he honors Muslims and that all religions must reject violence. He is trying to calm anger over comments he made about Islam during a speech in Germany last week. The Pope said he organized a meeting to strengthen ties of friendship between the two religions. Iraq's representative to the Vatican said he accepts the Pope's comments and that it is time to put the issue behind them. British forces in Iraq say they have killed a leading al-Qaeda terrorist who escaped from an American prison in Afghanistan last year. British soldiers in the southern city of Basra say they killed Umar al-Farouk during a raid. American officials had accused the Kuwaiti citizen of leading the al-Qaeda group in Southeast Asia. Indonesian police arrested him in 2002. He was then given to the United States. Also in Iraq, the American military says it has extended by several weeks the duty for at least 3,500 American soldiers. The soldiers are deployed around Ramadi. The American military also announced the death of an American soldier in the northern city of Mosul. Leaders of the Palestinian groups Hamas and Fatah have canceled talks on forming a unity government. No new meeting date has been announced. Earlier, Hamas said it was serious about forming a unity government. But President Mahmoud Abbas of the Fatah organization said any unity government would have to accept earlier peace agreements with Israel. Hamas leaders say they will share power with Fatah, but they will not recognize the State of Israel. The President of Afghanistan says illegal drugs in his country are a major problem. President Hamid Karzai spoke with American Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld during a visit to the United States. He said Afghanistan is responsible for stopping the production of the flowers used to make the illegal drug heroin. But Mr. Karzai said Afghanistan cannot do this alone. He said illegal drug sales represent more than 30% of the Afghan economy. Mr. Karzai also spoke to a research group in Washington. He called on Pakistan to close down religious schools because they are training places for terrorists. The Afghan president meets with President Bush on Tuesday. The two leaders will meet with Pakistani President Pervez Musharraf Wednesday. You are listening to the news in VOA Special English. Guatemalan officials say about 3,000 police and soldiers have raided a prison and a work farm near the capital, Guatemala City. At least 8 prisoners were killed. Police say the raid at the Pavon prison in Fraijanes was an effort to regain control of the prison. They said illegal drug dealers and other criminals recently took control of the prison. They also said convicted murderer Luis Alfonso Zapata was killed in the violence. He reportedly led a prisoners' committee that controlled the prison. In Uruguay, doctors have removed the right leg of national football team player Dario Silva following a serious car accident in Montevideo on Sunday. Police say the 33-year-old Silva was driving on Montevideo's main coastal road when the accident took place. His right leg was broken in the crash. Doctors removed it after he developed a life-threatening blood-thickening condition. Silva played for English Premiership club Portsmouth last season. He was home in Uruguay waiting news of possibly moving to a new team. Pakistani President Pervez Musharraf has dismissed talk of a plot to oust him while he is in the United States. He spoke to reporters in New York. The talk began Sunday when Pakistan suffered a nationwide power loss. Officials said the loss of electricity was not caused by sabotage. The Pakistani leader also was examined by doctors in the United States and declared healthy. He will attend a meeting of the United Nations General Assembly and hold talks with President Bush. In Pakistan, the Supreme Court has confirmed death sentences for 12 people. They were found guilty of trying to kill President Musharraf in 2003. The American military says 3 Marines from Camp Pendleton, California, will be tried in court for reportedly murdering an Iraqi civilian in the Iraqi town of Hamdaniya. Officials said the 3 would face military trials in the April shooting death of Hashim Ibrahim Awad. The Marines reportedly tried to hide the killing by leaving equipment near the body to make it look as if Awad had been placing a bomb in the area. And now, briefly, here again is the major news of the hour. In Somalia, reports say Islamist fighters have killed a 13-year-old boy in the port town of Kismayo. Pope Benedict says Christians and Muslims must work together to support peace and fair treatment of all people. And British forces in Iraq say they have killed a leading al-Qaeda terrorist who escaped from an American prison in Afghanistan last year. And that's the news in VOA Special English. This is Jim Tedder reporting.